On March 25th, 2023, Judith Hobson was beaten by a man named Hudnan Jacks in Auckland, New Zealand. Her crime, attending a Let Women Speak event. Here, we are watching Hudnan beat this woman completely unprovoked. See, the mainstream media in Auckland had radicalized locals into believing that Kellie J. Keane was a Nazi, a bigot, and a transphobe. You heard that right. So because of these things, they had radicalized locals to the point of complete protest over her presence in their country. And this had a local man, Hudnan Jacks, beat Judith Hobson. The idea that Kellie J. Keane had herself invited Nazis to a Let Women Speak event was absolutely a fallacy created by the mainstream media in New Zealand. This allowed for them to protest to the point where it became acceptable for Hudnan Jacks to beat an elderly woman in public in front of everyone. Well, it's been about a year now, give or take about 20 days, and their verdict has come through. He got a slap on the wrist, he got $1,000 emotional support fine, and he is serving no jail time for his crime against an elderly woman. A brutal beating of an elderly woman. Here is what Judith had to say.
I think New Zealand and its law system is broken.
That's what she has to say about the fine.
Mrs. Hobson, I noticed that the police prosecution did not oppose the defence's application for permanent name suppression. Was that a surprise to you?
It was a bit, yes. That was the only thing I asked for, that they drop the name suppression and let other people know that when they're around him, they are at risk. But no, they decided that he was going to be hidden.
All right, Mrs. Hobson, I think you've been very brave today, and thank you for all of your efforts. Before we finish, is there anything you would like to say to the people who are watching?
Keep fighting, ladies.
Right.
This is just the beginning.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Hobson. Very well done.
That clip was recorded by a Simon Anderson, and he did a phenomenal job, and he asked the right questions that I think people hadn't even thought of before. Considering the implications that this has on women being beaten in public by a man in New Zealand could set a ripple effect of repercussions globally in the way that they addressed this woman's beating at a Let Women Speak event. And Judith standing there with her head held high saying to keep fighting, ladies. What a momentous thing for a woman who has literally been beaten for all of the world to see, to stand there and say. I personally won't be forgetting her name anytime soon, and I don't think either should you.